I need a main dish that will feed a crowd, be affordable, and receive rave reviews from all of my guests, the answer is Instant Pot pulled pork. Hey everyone, this is Erin from wellplated.com, and I believe in recipes that are easy, budget friendly, and that your family will love. If you love to host like I do, then you know that it can be impossible to come up with a main dish that everyone will enjoy, that won't break the bank, and that is basically foolproof so that all of your friends can think that you are a fantastic cook. That is why I make Instant Pot pulled pork. The Instant Pot keeps the pork incredibly moist, so my friends think I'm a total barbecue pitmaster, even though it's really easy, and it also is friendly on my wallet too. Best of all, guests can help themselves right out of the Instant Pot so I can enjoy my own party. Let's make it. Great pulled pork flavor starts with the perfect seasoning rub. This is my go-to. It seems like a lot of ingredients, but you have all of them in your spice cabinet. Things like garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, of course, and then smoked paprika. This is my secret weapon whenever I am making any barbecue type of recipe. We're adding 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. I know that seems like a lot, but we're making a lot of pork. Whisk it together. Hello, you are a barbecue master already. Now, for the star of the show, our cut of pork. This recipe works with 4 to 5 pounds, and you can do it with pork shoulder or a pork loin. I'm using a pork loin because it is a little bit leaner, but the Instant Pot locks in the moisture so it still will come out nice and tender. I'm cutting the pork into 3 pieces that are roughly the same size so that they can fit in my Instant Pot. Now take your rub and get it all over the outsides of the pork. There is no tidy way to do this, just have fun with it and get in there. This spice rub is going to make a nice crust on our pork. As you can see, I have trimmed away most of the excess fat, but you want to leave a little bit because that is going to give us flavor. Set your Instant Pot to saute whenever I am entertaining, or let's be real, all the time. I hate washing dishes, and that is why I love the Instant Pot. It is a true one and done wonder. Now this extra step, oof, this is a big piece of pork, is to sear the outsides of the pork. Just listen to that beautiful sound. It does take a few extra minutes, but they are totally worth it. Browning the pork builds flavor. You'll need about 3 minutes per piece. Just enjoy yourself in the kitchen, boogie with it. Think about how delicious this meal is going to be. So I always start with the biggest one, and then you can generally squeeze the last 2 in there together. Again, this is really only taking about 3 minutes per piece, and it is so worth it. Boogie down, get ready for some barbecue. Set your pork aside to a plate. We will come back to that momentarily. And now we are going to do a critical step that is not just necessary for Instant Pot cooking, but all cooking of meat in general. It is called deglaze the pan. This is a really fancy way of saying you just splash some liquid in, and then you scrape up all of those brown bits. Those bits equal flavor. Plus, if you don't get them all off, the Instant Pot will register that dreaded burn warning, and we all hate that. I'm adding some onion and then a little bit more beef broth. Chicken broth works too, and then in goes our pork. The amount of time you need to cook this will depend on the cut. For a pork shoulder or butt, you'll need an hour. For a pork loin like this one, 40 minutes is perfect. Make sure it is nice and sealed, and then turn your Instant Pot on. Once the cooking time elapses, be sure to let it release naturally for 15 minutes. This is so important when you're cooking meat. If you vent it immediately, you'll actually make the meat seize up, and then it will be tough and dry, and that is not what we are going for in our pulled pork here, friends. I'm using a slotted spoon to scoop out most of the onions. Don't stress if there are a few still in there. And then I'm going to set some of the cooking liquid aside and leave about, a cup or so in the bottom of the Instant Pot. This is going to become our barbecue sauce. I am throwing in some of my favorite spices, garlic powder, more smoked paprika. This is such a better alternative to using bottled sauce, which is primarily high fructose corn syrup. We can control the ingredients and make sure that the sauce has fabulous flavor. Tomato paste is one of the most important additions that is going to make our sauce thick and rich. I use paste as a fast way to build long cooking flavor, and then just regular tomato sauce to make sure that we have enough for the pork. Bit of apple cider vinegar to give it some tang, and then maple syrup. This is a better alternative to using brown sugar, and the maple flavor is fabulous with pork. I grew up on Kansas City barbecue, and thus the next ingredient is absolutely mandatory in barbecue sauce. That is molasses. It's thick and sassy and makes our sauce sweet and sticky. Now for the Worcestershire. This is my little secret ingredient. It makes the sauce taste extra savory and adds some umami. Your friends are all going to be asking you for this recipe once they take a bite. Whisk it all together and then let the sauce simmer. That's that saute function again until it is thickened. Definitely partially cover the Instant Pot because this sauce loves to splatter and we want to eat our sauce, not wear it. In the meantime, shred the pork with 2 forks or my favorite, your fingers. That gives you prime opportunity for a little quality test. I love using this pork not only for sandwiches, which is our go-to, but you can turn it into hash, burritos. The possibilities are endless. Everybody goes into the pot and then we are going to give it a bath in that yummy homemade barbecue sauce. If at any point it gets a little too thick, just splash in some of that good old cooking liquid we kept on hand. The smoky, sweet scents coming out of this Instant Pot are just too much to stand. Gotta try it. Oh, perfection. Am I in a barbecue joint or is this my kitchen? This pork smells legit. At this point when I'm having a party, I just switch the Instant Pot to keep warm. That way my guests can wander in and serve themselves whenever they feel so called. If you have friends that aren't into carbs, of course they don't have to have the buns. I am into carbs, so I am pretty excited about this sandwich. You can see we got our homemade barbecue sauce all up in there too. Now in my house, you can't have pulled pork without a little creamy coleslaw, so I will put that on top. If your guests ask what they can bring, you can either ask them, hey, just bring yourself, just bring a bottle of wine, or coleslaw is a great easy thing to give one of your guests as well. I like to serve it up with a few little pickles. I just can't even believe how much pork this made. I could have a real party with this and this entire cut of meat cost me less than 20 bucks. All right, just look at that beauty. If you are looking for easy ways to serve a crowd, be sure to check out my stuffed pork tenderloin. It is a little more elevated, but also inexpensive. And then as far as using the Instant Pot, you can check out my Instant Pot mashed potatoes. That's another one where guests can just walk on up and scoop themselves whenever they are feeling hungry, which is me right about now. Fantastic. Everyone will love this.